Ja, ich laufe, ja. Andy?
Hey, greetings! Welcome to EICMA. I'm Andy Dukes and you are live on Facebook with BMW Motorrad. It's great to have you here. Okay, as you can see, we're at a whole brand new exhibition stand and I'm going to tell you a lot more about that over the next few minutes. So, BMW Motorrad today has unveiled a new corporate identity and it's also redesigned this whole exhibition stand, and the whole point is about bringing the EICMA experience to you, to the customers who can't make it here personally. So I'm going to find somebody to tell us about that. And she's sitting right here. Vanessa, come and have a quick word with us. It's good to see you. Just looking around at this new stand, it looks absolutely wonderful. So what was the thinking behind this?
Well, the thinking behind is that we as BMW Motorrad are underlining with this new concept our transformation from a pure product brand to a real experience brand.
You've done an absolutely cracking job with it. It looks wonderful. How long has this been in the making?
Well, it was quite a long time. Well, not really a long time. It was a tough 4 months, let's say. And then we came up with this new concept. So yeah, it was really exciting.
Oh, you certainly came up with the goods in the end. So what is the format? What's the thinking behind it? How is it going to play out over the next few days?
Well, the focus is on a real customer experience. That is very important to us. We want to have a clear and a direct contact with our customers together, and we want to have a full week of program. We want to interact with the clients, and that is what we want to do.
Okay, so for the people who are watching live who can't make it down to EICMA, it's all about customer experience and bringing a bit of the world of BMW Motorrad to them.
Exactly. So we are also live streaming some of our program topics, so you can really follow us. And we all invite you to have a look at our stand and to see what's going on, to have also the experience at home.
Speaking of which, there have already been a couple of live streams already today. If you were lucky enough, you'll have seen the new models unveiled. We're going to go and have a look at those in a moment. And you would have seen the Motorrad Motorsport World Superbike team unveiled, but I know what you want to see. You want to see some bikes, right? So, can you show us where the new bikes are?
Come with me.
Follow me. Yeah, it looks absolutely brilliant what you've done here with all of these big screens, and this is the biggest seating area. If we walk this way, then we don't have to interrupt. I can see there are lots of new bikes here, but don't just stop just yet. Keep walking and follow me. So I want to talk to some of the product managers. Yeah, it's pretty busy, pretty rammed with people here, but it's going to be even busier over the next few days. So bear with. Keep up if you can, Benny. Oh, wow. Dorrit, how are you doing? I'm liking the look of this, the new F900R. Okay, so tell me about this bike, because it looks dynamic, sporty, and aggressive at the same time.
You already said it all. It's a true mid-sized dynamic roadster. That means you need design and performance to match this name. The design is there. It's a muscular front, merged with a very slim and sporty looking tail section. The power is there. It's a revised version of the 850 GS engine with an increased bore, revised head, different pistons.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of the F800R, but this is not a model update. This is a completely new motorcycle, right?
Absolutely new bike.
Yeah.
Talking 105 horsepower, 92
105?
newtons.
Okay, so I think the F800 had about 85 horsepower?
Definitely.
Wow, that's a massive increase.
One. Yeah.
And what did you say something about torque levels then as well?
92 newton meters peak torque, but most important, we already have them at very low and mid-range revs. And of course, the handling, the chassis has to match this. It's still very intuitive and agile, but precise and sporty. Also, the seating position is much sportier than on the old 800R. It's a different kettle of fish.
It just looks amazing. Benny, I'm just going to invite you to look at some of the close-ups of his bike because she really is a thing of beauty. But while he's doing that, could you tell us what it means, what a roadster means to a motorcyclist?
Roadster is just about pure riding emotion. No frills around you, no fairing, just you and the bike and next corner. That's what this one is about, and I think we've really ticked all the right boxes here. Design, performance, price, and other tech specs. We do have a few goodies in here, like the standard TFT, standard full LED lighting and highlights, like a cornering light or electronic suspension adjustment as options.
So let me get this straight.
Lots of things to talk about.
Yeah, this is a mid-sized bike, but you've got a lot of really advanced technological features. in the here as standard or as available as options, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And okay, so what about if you're a different size, or if you're about a big guy like me, or a younger sort of, you know, can you get different sizes to match? Can you change the seat or change the bars or?
6 different seat heights.
6.
An A2 compliant version available, 2 different handlebars. So this bike is for all sizes, all types of riders, but still it's sporty and accessible at the same time.
And have you
Kept the best of the old car and added a whole new layer of sportiness.
Absolutely. Well, it's one of my favourite bikes I've seen all the time, and it's absolutely brilliant. But it's not
Wait until you ride it.
not the only 900 that you've unveiled today, right?
It isn't, but
You've got something a little extra to show us, though, haven't you?
an
Okay,
extra
before
is the
you
right
do,
letter.
I think there's a question that's come in for you. Come on then, Connie. Okay, thanks for the people who've been sending questions in all day. I'm going to try and get through as many of them as I can. Okay, this is from Hans van Aal. When can we test ride these bikes? When are they going to be in dealers?
They're going to be at dealers in February, so
Not too
just
long
a
to
little
wait.
bit longer to wait.
Yeah, not too long to wait. Okay, this one's from a guy called Robert Marsh. What about luggage options? Can we get full luggage options for this bike? If somebody who loves the roads to look wants to take it touring, for example.
We do offer pannier holders and soft panniers and like tank bag and other options, but not the hard cases that you need for a touring bike. So it's soft touring only.
Absolutely, it's versatile. Okay, this is from a guy called Michael Briggs Thompson. I hope I pronounced your name right, Michael. And it's about, okay, so he wants to know if the new lineup and the new bike will be on display at HMT in Hamburg in February. I guess that's a show you know more about than I do.
It's at dealers and at shows in February, so yes.
There's a
for
good
sure.
chance it'll be there. Okay, so as we mentioned, you got a little something extra for us, and I think the extra is XR. So
Let's have a look
come
there.
and have a look at the XR. Now, you might know the XR as the S1000 XR. More on that later, but this is the F900 XR. And isn't she a beaut? Okay, so same platform, but it works across.
Yeah.
So tell me what it means. Tell me what the XR designation really means as a rider.
XR is about the perfect combination between sporty performance and touring capability. Sporty performance we talked about with the R, it's the same engine. The chassis is geared towards more travel comfort without losing the sportiness. And the touring comfort comes from an upright seating position, almost GS-like.
Yeah.
Fairing with adjustable windshield, more wind and weather protection, more seating comfort.
And the hard luggage is an option.
Luggage options,
There you go.
various luggage options, hard cases or the soft cases that we see on the shelf.
I mean, I guess in a way it was only a matter of time before the XR concept translated into other segments.
Yes.
I think this is going to be an absolutely massive hit. I mean, it's a bike that can appeal to a lot of people, isn't it, an XR?
I think definitely. We've seen it with the big S1000 XR that the concept in itself was a huge success from day one. And to transfer this concept into a different displacement and performance category was just logical. The characteristics are the same, but the accessibility with an F900 XR is just another dimension. Again, we're talking ergonomics, we're talking license beginners, we're talking also price accessibility. So I think we really hit the sweet spot here.
So this bike would be, for example, available in a reduced power version for the A2 license category?
Definitely.
Right, you heard it from Dorrit. And you've got the full connectivity options there as well, have you?
Yes, we have the TFT with connectivity as standard, full LED lighting, indicators, and highlights like adaptive cornering light as an option, which is something that in the mid-size category no other
adaptive
manufacturer's
cornering
offering.
light. I'm sorry, but can you explain it to me? I mean, I guess that's a light that can see around corners, maybe?
It helps you see around corners. So it's additional LED elements that are switched on once the bike detects that it's leaning into a corner. It's triggered by the lean angle and is activated. It helps you see what's happening on the inside of the corner. Absolutely fantastic once you've ridden it, and really makes riding in the dark much more easier and safer.
Yeah, so basically when you lean into a corner, instead of the light pointing straight ahead, it's
There's
actually
an additional
pointing
light.
where you want to go.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Sounds absolutely brilliant. And what else have we got on here that's actually, is that electronic suspension adjustment? Is that also available?
That is available as an option,
Wow.
also unique in this class. We have things that you already know from the 850 GS,
Yeah.
keyless ride, cruise control, gear shift assistant, riding modes pro, which add 2 riding modes, ABS Pro, DTC, and 2 new features, MSR, engine drag torque control, and DBC, dynamic brake control. So we have added levels of safety and riding performance, and the whole is geared towards making really an intuitive and fascinating touring experience on road.
I cannot wait to ride this. How long do we have to wait for this bike to be in dealers then?
Again, February.
February,
If
okay.
you have a look at it, you see already the family
Yeah,
semblance
it
to
looks
the
a
Baby
lot.
Star.
It
So
looks a
design
lot.
is also part of the package. You have this characteristic look in front.
Yeah.
The face with the headlight is very similar, and you have the slim end, which here covered by panels, we cannot see that clearly.
No.
But the overall gives a very athletic and light-footed look.
I think it looks absolutely wonderful, and thanks ever so much for showing it for us. So you mentioned the bigger one, the bigger brother. Where can I find that?
Over there.
Ha. Okay, Benny, let's go and have a look at the S1000 XR. Thanks, Dorrit. Really appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest
See
of the
you.
show.
Have a good time.
See you. Hey, Max.
How's it going?
Good to see you. Wow. Okay, this is just a lovely looking bike.
It is.
This was second generation of the original XR,
Exactly.
which you sold shed loads of. I mean, it's a massively successful concept, isn't it?
Yeah, so with the first generation, we instantly became the best-selling adventure sports bike in the market. And the second generation takes off where the old one left. So it's really, everything was on the stake to improve, and I think we managed it. We had several goals. The biggest goal was to, improve and the range between sportiness and long distance performance.
Okay, so define XR for me when you're talking about a 1000cc 4-cylinder bike.
Yeah, well, we've seen a lot of former superbike riders entering our adventure segment on
Really?
XR because at some point after decades of track days and street tuning, at some point you maybe want to do some two-up riding, you want to ride longer distances, but it should always feel like a sports bike.
So you still want the power, you still want the handling, you still want the performance.
You want the same traction control as Tom Sykes has, you want the same riding modes, you want the same technology you'll find on our Double R.
Okay.
But maybe in a little bit more long distance capable package.
Yeah. So basically the power output, are we still talking about 165 horsepower?
Yes, exactly. So the engine is derived again from the Double R, but optimized for the road.
Yeah, as if you need more than 165.
Well, we don't have a lot of complaints about that horsepower.
No.
This bike is more about mid-range torque and linear torque curves,
So it's the way the bike is coming out of slow corners and things like that.
Exactly.
Is it?
So
okay.
you don't. I mean, in first gear, this is not a bike you want 15,000 RPM redline on.
No.
You want to have nice, decent torque curve coming out of tight corners.
Yeah.
And you want to have predictability.
Okay.
So with this bike, as I said, we want to increase the range between sportiness and long distance performance.
Yeah.
On the sporty side, we try to improve the power to weight ratio.
Yeah, understood.
So in this regards, we try to reduce the weight, and we were looking for grams everywhere.
How much have you been able to reduce the weight by, sort of in typical customer specification for this bike?
In typical customer spec, it's 10 kilograms less than the old bike.
10 kilograms. That's massive in this segment. Massive.
So for example, horsepower doesn't help you with braking distance.
No.
It doesn't help you with agility. So by reducing the weight, we have a lot more agility. I can tell you this bike is just agile like 160 kilogram supermoto. It's incredible. At the same time, acceleration figures are better. And because we also improved the aerodynamics of the bike, we also have a higher top end. So without increasing horsepower, this bike is quicker. It's quicker on a straight line, it's quicker in twisties, and it's just incredible fun on the road.
So what would you say to like a double R rider who's had a couple of RRs and they're looking to change their bike? What kind of experience could they expect from the new S1000 XR?
A ballistic one. So really, you got the same riding characteristics as a double R in terms of dynamics.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you do get a little bit more of versatility and comfort. We didn't only improve the sporty side, we also tried to improve the touring and comfort side.
Yeah.
So, for example, we have a longer gearing in the top end gears, which reduces steady cruise RPMs, for example. It increases fuel range. We have dynamic EICMA as standard, by the way, with a completely new valve technology.
Yeah.
So it offers a wider range between sporty damping and small bump and medium bump compliance. So besides that, there's so many other new features that make the bike perfect for longer distances. We have a completely new handlebar decoupling system, for example.
Wow, there's so much spec on this bike. I mean, what I would say to you, if you want to find out more about the XR, we need to get online because all the information's there. But we've got some more questions that are coming in for you, my friend. Yeah. So let's just see what we've got here. Okay, here's one from Steve Bilson. Okay, does the XR introduce new features technology compared to the old one? Well, I know for a fact that it does because Max has been explaining that. But if I had to say to you, what would be your most favorite new innovation on this bike? What would you say that is?
It's a tough take. There's so many new features.
Yeah.
Well, something that I'm very proud of, beside the weight reduction and the increase of range between sportiness and touring capability, it's just there's so many smart solutions. Like, for example, you got this toll card compartment on the tank where you don't need to fiddle for your credit card at a toll station or for a telepass. You got a small compartment underneath the seat.
Yeah.
We have a very easy to flick 2-position front screen.
Super, yeah.
And something that I'm also very proud of and was very hard to get through with our controlling department is we have increased the base model spec by far. So, for example, as I mentioned before, dynamic EICMA comes standard on that bike.
Yeah.
Full LED lights come standard on that bike.
Yeah.
We got new pannier holders. They're not as the old ones with bars, but still fully integrated and fully decoupled.
Oh,
Self-centering.
Brilliant. Yeah.
These are made from magnesium. They save 2.5 kilograms.
So you get a lot more for your money, and it's even more weight reduction as well.
And then we got nice options and accessories. So on the option side, for example, we do have Headlight Pro. They add cornering lights and also iconic daylight running lights.
Perfect.
We do have our proven Shift Assist Pro. We do have, for example, Dynamic EICMA Pro, which adds another damping mode and has automatic self-leveling suspension. We do have new innovative accessories. For example, on the other bike, we do have the first OEM carbon fiber crash bar. Carbon fiber is a lot lighter than steel, has the same properties in terms of crash resistance, and it allowed us to make the profile more aerodynamic and more sleeker for such a bike.
I love talking to you, Max, because you're so involved in your topic and your products. I could just talk to you all day. Unfortunately, the cameraman and the director won't let me, but very quickly.
Sorry.
Colours. People are always interested in colours. So what colours? Have we got them all here, or what colours are...
Yeah, so the base color is the ice gray over there.
Okay, yeah.
Very, simple color scheme that's that fits a lot of clothing styles and everything. Yeah. And then I got a very dynamic color combination in the racing red with the white aluminium matte metallic side panel. These are the two trims that we have as standard. We also do have a carbon fiber package, which, by the way, it replaces not only the front and rear fenders, but also the floating side panels. So this really changes the overall look of the bike instantly, while reducing weight by 1 kilogram.
Okay, cool. I've got one more question for you, Max. Okay, this is, I don't know who it's from, but the Instagram handle is inexistence number 7. Hello, inexistence number 7. Okay, does the new bike have the BMW shift cam technology?
No, it does not, on purpose.
Does it need it? On purpose?
Because we said our customers, they don't ask for a 50,000 RPM redline. So the double R shift cam is very good at combining road riding torque that we used to have on the XR and the S1000R in the first generation, combining them with the top end of a previous generation double R. However, if you don't need those 15,000 RPMs redlined, it saves a lot more weight ditching the shift cam system, because the shift cam only comes on at 9,500 RPMs for the double R engine. And if you ride at 5 to 9,000 RPMs, there's no point in it. However, without the shift cam system, we also were able to, modify the header diameters and everything towards more mid-range torque. So the new bike might only reach the same horsepower as the old one had for the top end. However, mid-range torque is even much improved. And we even have more mid-range torque than a double R, with a very linear torque curve.
Did you get all that? Because you'll never get a short answer from Max, I tell you, but it's fascinating stuff. I really appreciate your time.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for telling us all of this. It's just wonderful. I did notice over there that there's some new rider equipment that's got an X on it, so I want to go and have a look at that. So we'll catch you later. Enjoy the show. Okay, young man. How you doing?
Fine,
okay.
good to see you again.
Okay, this is Christian. If you've not met him before, there's not anybody who knows more about rider equipment than this guy. I've never seen this until now. It's got an X on it, so I'm presuming it's got something to do with the new XR range.
Indeed.
What's it called, Christian?
It's called the X-Ride suit. So we
X-Ride.
dedicated it for the new bikes especially. And it shall combine the worlds of sportiness and touring.
Yeah, it looks really interesting. It looks like a combination of different sort of fabrics, and is that leather and textile together? Or?
Of course it is.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have P-elastic polymide to get a good shape and to receive a very, very high level of comfort.
Is it like
for
a stretch
touring.
fabric then?
Yeah,
the
P-elastic.
polymide? Okay, yeah.
And of course we use leather for safetiness and to receive a good shape, which looks really sporty.
Yeah, and it looks as if you've got some cuts for women and men.
We have
in the
the
range.
X-Ride suit for men and we have it for ladies. And as you see, we have a lot of details like hidden pockets, which is absolutely necessary for longer tours. So you can store a lot of things in it. And yeah, it's for ladies and men.
It looks absolutely wonderful. Of course, you don't need to own an XR to buy one of these, but it certainly does go with the new bikes. And this one looks a little bit different. Is this a different style of jacket? Has it got a different name?
This is the X-Ride Pro jacket, which you
X-Ride
can combine
Pro.
with
Okay.
the X-Ride pants, of course. It's just for men, and it's a limited edition. And to underline the sportiness, we used white leather and, for example, the sliders here on the shoulders.
Is this like a limited edition jacket, or is it going to go on general sale? Or because I mean, it looks pretty special to me.
It is. We produce just one edition, and when it's gone, it's gone.
When it's gone, it's gone. Okay, you heard it from the man himself. But instead of when it's gone, when is it coming?
It will be at the BMW dealers by February 2020.
Okay, and I promised Christian that I wouldn't ask what price it is, so I'm not going to ask what price it is. All right. I didn't ask what price it is. Thanks ever so much for talking us through that.
Thank you very much.
It's really good, and good luck with the rest of the show.
You're always welcome.
All right.
Okay.
Benny, you want to follow me because I just want to go and have a look at the Concept R18 again, okay? So follow me.
Take care.
There's a man. There's a man who knows a thing. I just wanted to bring the team over here and have a look at this wonderful, wonderful Concept R18. Well, it's 6 months actually since it was first unveiled at the Concorso Villa d'Este. Since that time, it's been a massive hit all around the world. It's obviously confirmed at the time that it's there's going to be a serial production model at some point in 2020. Today, it was confirmed that the name of that serial production model is going to be the R18. Additionally, today, we saw the first pictures of the Concept R18/2 and it looks fantastic. And by the miracle of modern technology, I hope you should be able to see pictures of that right now on your Facebook live feed. So congratulations, the /2 looks wonderful, but it doesn't look anything like this one here. So I guess that was intentional, right?
Yeah, I guess it was intentional. I mean, what you see here is basically the BMW expression for it, you know. We grabbed deep in our history, and this is basically the iconic BMW. I mean, you see all these typical features, boxer engine, typical tank shape, the black paint job with the white pinstripes. The /2, what you just saw, what you just mentioned, is kind of the other bookend. I mean, it should show on the same backbone. You can express very different characters.
Absolutely. I mean, it shows the real versatility of the original concept, doesn't it?
I mean, the /2 is more the rough edge, you know, the really mean one, a bit sporty, a bit cool and mean, almost a bit. So again, 2 bookends, and in between, I think there is lots of space to do whatever kind of character.
Yeah, when I sort of saw the cast wheels and I saw the shape and I saw the wonderful paintwork, it reminded me of a little bit of an 80s sort of hot rod feel to it. You know, it's definitely sort of To me at least, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but it sort of feels a little bit more like it's towards the performance end of the segment.
It is. I mean, you look at the fork, you look at radial calipers, for example, and the whole gesture of the bike, how you sit on the bike.
Yeah.
It's a bit more powerful, a bit more sporty orientated.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that's a really interesting thing you just mentioned, because it's okay looking at a sketch of a bike and a picture of a bike static, but it's when you've got a rider on it that it really comes alive. And I've seen that for the first time today, actually, with somebody riding it. And
That's all about it. I mean, you have to look cool on the bike, right? This is why you ride this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's long and low, and you have a really cool gesture on the bike. It's about it.
Absolutely, yeah. And so basically, I mean, in a nutshell, did you sort of, you know, you kept the frame, you kept the tank, you kept the engine, but you chopped everything else?
Like I said, I call it the canvas. The canvas is anyway always similar, and it opens up many different characters. You can do whatever you want, and this makes it so versatile. The tank and the seat and the fenders, they're all kind of singular pieces, and you can interchange easily. You can chop, you can put other things, you can put a different paint job. That makes it so versatile.
And that's kind of like the whole thing about the genre, isn't it? People don't want to just keep their bike standard. It's all about individualization. It's all about what can you do to make it yours? What can you change? What little accents can you bring onto it? And so I guess, and for that same reason, the guys behind the scenes will be developing a whole range of parts and accessories for when the time is coming.
Yeah, you name it. I mean, we learned a lot from the 90 experience, of course. And when this bike will be out, I'm quite sure there will be several aftermarket pieces from us and also from the aftermarket community. So I'm very sure you're absolutely right. It's all about customizing also. It's about to express your individuality. And yeah, like I said, we learned from the 90, and I think we're doing a good job.
Absolutely.
Let's wait and see.
We can't wait, honestly. I think there's a question that's come in from our Facebook Live viewers. Okay, this is from Connie, you're writing? Miss O. Genist. I really hope I've got that right. But it's certainly from a dedicated viewer. And it's how many designers are working on your team? Basically because you're creating a hell of a lot of new motorcycles at the moment. So is it a big operation in the background, or are you just like extremely talented designers?
I mean, the guys are all bike freaks anyway, this is clear, all in different segments. The team itself is like 30 plus people, but this is like 4 groups. I mean, we have the vehicle design guys, which is the biggest group, like around about 10 guys. We have the CTG, what is it? Graphics, color, trim, and graphics. Graphics is a very important thing on the bikes, obviously. So this is also a 8 people team. We have a small team which is doing the gear and garment design, and we have a engineers team. They are more into engineering, design techniques, convergence thing, and they're also keeping track on the budget and on the money and time frame. Designers are usually a bit looser on this end.
Yeah, I know from speaking to you over the years that a lot of the guys and girls in your department, they chop bikes in their own spare time because that's what you do and that's what you love. So entering this genre hasn't been a massive leap in a way, because it's kind of what you've all been doing for fun for quite a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, actually there's many guys in our team which are actually tinkering bikes. I mean, either they are restoring bikes or customizing bikes or chopping bikes or whatsoever. So all the guys are kind of bike freaks in one or the other way. So for us it was kind of almost natural to do these things like a 90, for example, because we did it for long years in our garages. So it comes natural.
It certainly does. And just very quickly going back to the /2, I just want to know, when we think we might see it in the metal. Is it going to be appearing at a show at some point in early 2020, do you think?
I think my boss already revealed that we're going to see something beginning of next year. Stay tuned, and I hope we have another surprise for you.
That's brilliant. Well, thanks for talking to us. You heard it from the man himself. Stay tuned, and there will be a /2 reveal at some point in the not too distant future. Okay, so that's it from us. We've had a fantastic time. I've tried to bring you as much of the action as I can, but there will be loads more live streams over the course of the next few days. So if you can't make it to EICMA, don't worry. We're going to bring a little bit of EICMA to you, okay? So take care. It's Andy Dukes saying goodbye. Edgar saying goodbye.
Bye from EICMA.
Over and out, and make life a ride.